Hi lovies and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Melinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much. All right, lovelies, let's dive into this video. Lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I find it super interesting, and I decided to bring it up here. Why not? If not, where this pan-colored woman is actually coming real hard for her sisters that decided that okay, I am gonna get married or go ahead to date black dude, or because I actually want to get back to my parents, or I'm just gonna do this in order for me to feel that I am a black woman and I have the opportunity and privilege to do whatsoever black person has to do. She went ahead to actually correct them, set records straight, and I was able to put up the stage. I'm just gonna roll it as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. All right, lovelies, let's dive into it.
We're on the topic of white moms. Since we're on the topic of white moms of biracial kids, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fucking a black man does not make you black. Having biracial children does not make you black. It does not give you the pass to say the N-word. Does not give you a pass to be ignorant. Thinking you're somehow better than black women for sleeping with a black man is abso-fucking-lutely not the flex you think it is. Your biracial kids are not a fucking trophy. They're literally human beings. It is a choice not to educate yourself. And when you choose not to, you are choosing to give your children identity issues. You cannot say you love your biracial children and shit talk black people. You cannot say you love your biracial daughters and shit talk black women. And if you do, you cannot be surprised when your kid goes no contact with you when they turn 18. God damn, it's not that hard to get. I had a biracial man tell me the other day that his mom took him to Great Clips until he was about 13, and she got a boyfriend that asked her what the hell she was doing. Some of y'all's kids' hair hasn't been done in 6 weeks. Walking around looking like a damn rat's nest. Like it's a bare fucking minimum for you to learn how to do your child's hair. Bare minimum. I'm tired of seeing these grown biracial children coming on here talking about the horrible shit y'all have said to them. Talking about the horrible shit that y'all's racist ass families said to them. If you know your family is that racist, why would you be having biracial kids? I really want to know, because this is sad, man. And it's got to be by far the most selfish reason to have children. To fulfill some weird ass fantasy of yours. Trying to gain proximity to blackness or whatever the hell you're trying to do. Either way, it's weird. And it's selfish and it's disgusting. And if you're a child of these situations, adjust your crown, please. You are not a trophy. And it's time to start healing.
First cousin marriage.
Y'all white parents of biracial kids to listen in real quick. I'm gonna give you fair warning, this might be an uncomfortable conversation, but it's necessary. A lot of y'all's kids have complexes and identity issues, and it's not because they have a white parent. It's because a lot of y'all chose to have biracial kids before you unpacked your internalized racism and anti-blackness. It's because a lot of y'all have biracial children without learning enough about the black experience to guide your child through a black experience. To guide them through a world that is inherently anti-black. Cutting off your racist family members is not all it takes to raise a biracial kid. In fact, that doesn't even come close to the bare minimum. You can have the best intentions for your children while still causing them collective harm. And I first noticed this when my daughter was an infant and I started joining Facebook groups for parents of biracial kids. These white moms would have the best intentions, yet end up on Facebook crying about how their child was saying they didn't want to be black and they hated being black. And because these parents did not take the time to educate themselves whatsoever on systemic racism and anti-blackness on a level that they would be able to appropriately raise a biracial child, they were on the internet crying for help instead of helping their kid. You cannot shield your child from experiencing anti-blackness in the world, but you can equip them to deal with it. I get told pretty frequently that my daughter will be mistaken for a black mom biracial, and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, she is not raised in an anti-black environment. A lot of black men, white women relationships are inherently anti-black, due to the fact that the relationship is based on fetishization and the hatred of black women instead of mutual love. The way that I look at it, the world is constantly going to be hurling anti-blackness at my child. And instead of acting like it does not exist, I have been equipping my child since birth to be able to handle said anti-blackness. through radical self-love and positive identity. My child has at a young age told me that she wanted to be white to match her family. Right then and there, we had a very long conversation about anti-blackness and racism at 4 years old, and how her blackness was the most beautiful part of her. She made a comment one time about her baby doll, her black baby with coily hair, being ugly. Again, we had a long discussion about colorism, texturism, and racism. After that day, that baby did not leave her hip. You cannot just be not teaching your kid to be anti-black. You have to be preparing them for an anti-black world. You have to ensure that you are not feeding your child a complex towards other black people, that you're showing them how to cherish and uplift their community. See, biracial kids with white parents can be raised to be pro-black, but many aren't. And that is because their environment and their role models are not pro-black. If you don't want your child to have identity issues, it starts with you. It is wholeheartedly possible for you to educate yourself. A lot of y'all simply choose not to. Do better.
It's been a while. So, I want to talk about the big elephant in the room when it comes to mixed people, right? Oh, you can tell who has a white mom and who has a black mom. Yeah, you can. The ones with white moms, a lot of times, they're either so aware, like painfully aware of what it's like having a white mom, or so on the other end of the spectrum, like there's no in between. And it's painfully true. The one thing, the major difference I feel like, and I've seen another creator talk about this, is like black moms might drop the ball on like regular parenting shit, like as does everyone else, but they never drop the ball. They never drop the ball on raising their kids to be confident in themselves as far as their race. Like, they never let their kids grow up confused about who the fuck they are racially and ethnically. Like, I just don't see it happening. Black women are the most aware of their race and their gender. Like, we literally have to be hyper vigilant about how we experience life. And so black women have to raise their kids in a world where everyone else will be trying to tell them who they are. I feel like black moms are like, no, like, this is who you are, you need to stand in that. White moms, a lot of the time I just see, are so fucking clueless. I'm sorry to say it, but like, they have these kids for sport, right? Like, they're like, oh, like, this black guy is so fucking hot, and wouldn't our babies be so cute? And they raise their kids like not knowing who they are, not knowing how to identify. A lot of times they'll raise their kids around all white people, which is even more confusing. And personally, like, my dad also dropped the ball. Like, we can blame him too. I just feel like it's not fair. Like, I didn't consent to having a white mom. And I wish white women were more careful about who they had kids with. Because you have to transform your entire life. You have to unlearn every fucking thing that you've ever learned if you want to have a child with someone from a different culture. I would never, like, for instance, be with someone who's Asian and be like, but I'm not going to give up any of my prior cultural practices, and you need to assimilate with mine. Like, I would never do that. I would be willing to uproot my entire life to make sure that my kids were accepted, at the very least, within their family. A lot of mixed kids with white moms do not get the same grace. They just don't. White moms, not all, because I know some who do the damn thing, but it's very rare. It's very rare. And I just don't see black moms struggling with that.
My great-grandparents wrote a letter to my mother when she started dating black men in high school that they were going to disown her. My mother thought that just because she married a black man and had mixed kids, that her family would just grow to accept them. That's not the case. Tolerating black people doesn't mean that you respect black people. And having mixed kids just to piss off your racist family members is not a reason. It's, in fact, more of a reason to not have mixed kids. I don't care how much you love your black partner. I really don't. If your family doesn't like and respect black people before you have mixed kids, they won't after either.
Being raised by a white mother left me very ignorant, but also anti-black for many years of my life. And that's not something like I say with pride at all. I say it with a lot of shame. Now, I know that because of how I was raised, like, and because my dad didn't do his job as a black man, like being married to a white woman, that I guess it wasn't like my fault as a kid, but the more like work that I'm doing and the more, I don't know, I stepped away from like my mother, the more that I'm just sad because I see all these ways that I was just being me. Like, I was just being the black biracial daughter that she had, but she made me shrink myself and made me fit into the spaces she wanted me to fit into so that she was comfortable and so that I made everybody else comfortable. And one of those things was like not wearing a bonnet like outside of the house or anything like that. Like, I remember we would like, you know, go to the stores and stuff, and if she would see especially a black woman like with her bonnet on, like she would say like such awful things that I'm not going to repeat. And I remember as a kid never understanding like what's the problem with that, like what is the problem. But the more that her hate and ignorance was said to me, the more that when I would go out and I would see like a black woman or a person of color with a bonnet on, I would think like, why are you coming out of the house like that? Like, that's not appropriate. The more that I wear and protect my hair in and outside of the home, the more my curls stay good and like stay healthy, not good, stay healthy. And that there's no shame, and there's nobody coming up to me saying anything, there's nobody looking at me funny. It was just my mom's own internal hatred for women of color, and the fact that she felt so confident to and proud to say those things around her biracial daughters that influenced my brain to think that it was an issue when it wasn't an issue. And I always knew it was an issue, but when your mother that raises you continues to be so toxic, I guess your brain starts to change. But it like makes me so sad because I spent so many years not protecting my hair outside of the home because of what my mother said, and allowed myself to internalize that instead of just being proud of who I was and learning from other women of color on how to protect my hair.
I'll have to make several parts because I don't feel like I can get like it in one video. She's called like my dad the N-word many times, like especially when she's like mad. Like, my mom is a very, very angry white woman, like very angry. There's a story when we were younger, somebody referred to us as half-breeds, and at first I think she wasn't okay with it, but then she like logically explained how we actually were half-breeds. Her and her like siblings are the ones that like went after George Floyd and sat around like in front of me and my sisters, like you know, so mad that they were taking things out of schools, so mad that statues were taken down, like so mad, like, you know, the nursery rhyme, like just mad. Basically, like, slavery is over, you should be happy. She's put my dad in like situations that are honestly like very traumatic, and the unfortunate thing is that like he acts as though it's just like no big deal. She's very physical, like she would just beat on us all the time, like, so it's not even just like the microaggressive behaviors. You know, black people are too loud, they take up too much space, like you don't have to be doing all that, they don't need to be doing all that in her eyes, like they're doing too much. I know like with my dad's side of the family, it was always like it's too loud or like it's too boring, like it wasn't like nothing was enough for her in the spaces when we were on his side of the family, and when we really only went to my mom's like for holidays, and we never even stayed long, and like she would just be miserable the whole time. Like everybody knew she was miserable. Like she used to say such horrendous things about my aunt, like about her hair, about why she never got married, why she never had children, you know, would just basically attack her like all the time, and my dad would just allow it. Like she oversteps when it comes to my mom still to this day so much, and I think that my mom is like, I don't even know, my mom just like allows it, probably because my dad allows it. Like she's very colorist, so you know, with like my son, and then like my sister has 4 kids, like she would point out with like each child like their complexion, like, and then you know, my 2 sisters' youngest daughter is more of my complexion, and that was like a whole huge thing, and that was honestly probably, my youngest niece is 6 months older than my son, so not even 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago. Yeah, there's so much, so I'd have to make so many videos, but that maybe like starts the conversation.
Okay, so I'm just using this comment as just like a placeholder because like fuck that sucks, and also just on the topic of mixed people with white moms. So as one of those mixed people with white moms, and I'm a black woman, very obviously, that's how everyone sees me, that's how I see myself, but us biracial kids with the white moms are the most problematic people on this app, just like within the black community specifically. If a white person comes into my comments and starts saying some shit. Anyways, so I just want to speak on my experience as a black woman with a white mother. I feel like I was raised with a certain level of entitlement that I understood from my white mother that I should have, that I should just kind of behave with, and I feel like that's the simple reason why we are so justifiably hated on this app and by our black community. And it's sad, but like if you're a light-skinned black person or a mixed black person, and like just fucking stand up and speak on your privilege, you know?
Since we're on the topic of white moms and biracial kids, I've said it once and I'll say it again.
Okay, because yeah, let's talk about it. Now, first I'd like to say I don't really have a relationship with my mom, but it is definitely not because of the reasons in this video. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that video because she speaks on a lot of key points. If I can give my mom credit for anything, it would definitely be the fact that she did not raise me like the moms she talks about in this video. I never heard my mom say the N-word. The N-word, that was, no, you do not say the N-word. It is not cool. It is not okay. I don't care if people say it because it's cool now. Like no, you don't say the N-word. It's disgusting. You don't say the N-word. My mom would have never and will never talk down on a black woman or think that she is better because she's with a black man. Like, never, no. And baby, my hair, my mom never spoke negatively about my hair, and she kept it done. Pink oil moisturizer, whatever, kept it done. You wouldn't catch me without my hair done. Kept it done. And she always told me how beautiful my hair was and made sure that I embraced my hair. Took my brother to black barbers to make sure that his hair was cut correctly. We were not the token trophy mixed kids. My mom was just attracted to black men. That's all she ever dated. She was going to have mixed kids. That's it. That's all. I grew up with the most amazing, loving great-grandparents and grandparents that a kid could ever want. Like, I was never treated different. Like, my color was never an issue. There were never any remarks made towards my color. Nothing negative ever. Like, I had such a beautiful childhood, especially with my grandparents, my great-grandparents. I mean, they were amazing to me. I never heard a racial slur from anyone in my family. There were not family members we had to stay away from because they were racist. Like, I really had a wonderful, wonderful family. Like, I'm very blessed for that. I hear so many horror stories about biracial kids that have a racist grandparent or uncle or people that they can't be around because they hate them, and it makes me sad because that was not my life. And like I said, if I could give my mom credit for anything, it would be that she did a great job with me, and she wasn't just, oh, I got a black man. Like, no, like my mom did wonderful with me, and I'm so blessed to have the family that I have, and I'm so sorry to the people that don't. It's horrible, like, and I'm sorry.
Like, seriously, lovelies, this topic has actually been the topic of every time. Like, people keep on talking about this. People keep on, biracial children, most especially, keep on coming online trying to, like, advocate and talk about how their white moms often treat them. And this thing is something that is so heartbreaking. A lot of pine-colored women who are in a relationship, interracial relationship, are on this table. Most of them actually want to, go ahead and date a black guy, all in the name of dating a black guy, and all in the name of, okay, I want to have a biracial baby. And after by having this biracial baby, she would definitely not want to take care of this biracial babies. Maybe example, the hair. Secondly, that would be an internal, reassess. Like, these women, personally, they do not want to have anything to do with black people. Maybe they have internal reassess and all of that, but all because of maybe the society, or maybe they want to get back to someone. They want to get back to maybe their father, their family, their friends, or a black woman who maybe probably has actually made them to, like, okay, you think that I cannot do something that you do because you feel that you are a black woman. I'm just gonna go ahead and get married or date a black dude, and automatically I am a black person and I can actually do what, say whatsoever black people does. Like, majority, like, I have seen so many, black women on TikTok, internet, like, biracial, kids coming out to expose so many things that these their parents does. But I am not disputing the fact that there are still sensible, good, white mom biracial out there. I am not disputing the fact that they are there, but majority of these pine-colored women who want to just go ahead, date or marry black men, they are doing it because of what they want to get. Most of it is, okay, I want to have a biracial children, or most of it, oh, my parents are racist, they do not allow me to do whatsoever, so I'm gonna get married or date a black dude because I want to get back at them. If you are in this category and you're a pan-colored person, oh my goodness, you are not doing it the right way. You are gonna end up making your biracial children having an internalized whatever that will make them not to want to associate with someone. Like, these people will have these babies, but they will still carry on the internalized whatever they have with black people to their own upstream, forgetting that this is actually someone I dated. I gave birth to this person. And most of them have left their responsibility to actually, try to teach, nurture, and tell this offspring that they have put out on earth about how the society or the world works. They will want you to, like, I don't understand how a pan-colored woman will have a biracial daughter, but when you see a black woman, you will want to have some kind of negative comments in the presence of your daughter, not realizing that your daughter is also part of this. Like, I don't get that. I do not get that. And most black women do this, and when they do this, the daughter, we just, oh my god, how could my mom say this about this black woman, not even minding that I am also a black lady? You are hurting your child, you are hurting your daughter, and they will grow up trying to have this. They'll hate the fact that they are even mixed. They'll hate the fact that they have black in them. Because of what? Because of the way at which you treat black people in the presence of your daughter or your son or whosoever. This is why we have so many, anti-black, all over. It all begins from the upbringing. It begins with the parents on how you actually interact with, black people, mixed people, and all of that. You are just trying to, like, make your own offspring feel bad. You don't need to do that. You don't need to say unwanted or ill commentaries, not even in the presence of your daughter. You don't even have to say that. You don't have to use the N word. It's not a pass. Like when I saw the first woman that I stitched her video, she was talking about you going out with a black dude, laying on the same bed with a black dude, eating with a black dude, does not automatically make you a black woman. You are still a pan-colored person. So you have to respect the fact. And seriously, this dating of a thing, relationship, marriage, love, it has to do with sacrifices. If you're not ready to stay in your lane, not to say some certain things to your offspring and all of that, it's better for you to just go ahead and not intermarry. You don't have to be in any interracial relationship. If you know you are too rare, cis, you can't hold yourself, you get so irritated with black women or black guys or whatsoever, you don't have to go into interracial relationship, because you are just going to end up making your offspring feel so bad. They will feel in a way that, oh, I don't actually want to be a black person. Like, there's this movie that I saw. Oh my god, it's actually a movie like 90 years ago. This white person, biracial, was actually with her classmates and all of that. I had black mom came in and she was like, get out, I don't want to be with you. She was so feeling, oh my goodness, you have to see that movie. But though it's an old movie, so it made me realize that all of these things has to do with upbringing. But if you know that you cannot go with the phrase of being a good white biracial mom to your biracial kid, please do not do that. You think you are doing yourself a favor, but you are just ending up bringing up a child who will just end up regretting the fact that I am mixed with black, or a child who just grow up being so rude and being so to the society. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, I'm just screaming and trying to put out my voice here because it's been raining all day and this rain has been distracting me of making the video. So that's why it's as if my voice is loud. I just want you guys to hear me. So please subscribe to this channel, turn on notification bell so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that actually leave commentaries, to those people that also joined my membership, gift me, you guys are the way MVP. Thank you so much, and I will see you lovelies when I open. And you have watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.